give the Lakers a lot of credit. They won the ball game, but the way we played, both defensively and offensively, was not good. I know they shot 40% from the field for the game, but they touched our paint whenever they wanted. They drove us whenever they wanted, which collapsed our defense, which allowed them to shoot very easy catch and shoot threes. They manhandled us on the boards, the 15 offensive rebounds for the 18 second chance points, especially in a low-scoring game, is hard to overcome. We did not box out at any point during the night, and in all three of these were our keys to the game. I put our defensive keys up on the TV screen again for our guys to see, because we talked about protecting our paint, and they got there easy and sprayed the basketball. We talked about boxing out, and they just manhandled us on the glass. They had 15 offensive rebounds for 18 second chance points. We can a low scoring game. That's going to be hard to overcome. And the next thing is, whenever we did get beat, we didn't stay on the guy's hip and take him to our help defense. We just reached. We reached, and they had 30 free throws because we reached. So somehow, some way, we have to make up our mind and decide who we want to be, because tonight was not a good performance at any level in terms of trying to let the Lakers and everybody else know that we want to get back to where we feel we should be in the standings. Offensively, again, like I said, we reached. They had 30 free throw attempts. Offensively, we had 12 turnovers for 17 points. And most of the turnovers were unforced. In the second half. In the second half, we had 12 turnovers for 17 points. Think about this now. They shot 40% from the floor. But for a half, we had 12 turnovers for 17 points. That were probably, majority of them were unforced. One of the things we keep doing, we keep trying to throw Domas the basketball when a small guy's on him. And we keep throwing him a bounce pass. And I tell our guys, if Domas has a small guy on you, you can't throw a bounce pass. You got to seal. Domas got to ask for the ball away from the small guy, and you got to throw it up to his hand. Because if you throw a bounce pass, the pass is slower. Not only is it slower, it's bringing it down to where the little fella can come up with the basketball or deflect it. But time and time and time and time and time and time again, we keep doing it. Not only that, get taught this in middle school. If I see a switch and Domas has a guy sealed and I'm at the top of the floor, I'm going to throw it to Tony on the wing. So Tony has a better angle to throw it into Domas in the post. I'm not going to try to throw it from here because that's a tough angle to throw him the ball. So between the unforced turnovers and a handful of them being us trying to feed Domas in the post with bounce passes or from the top of the floor, it resulted in them shooting 40 points, shooting 40% from the floor, but still scoring 113 points. And the last thing I would say is we didn't move the ball. The ball stuck. It was almost, for the first time, yet we had 27 assists, but I'm telling you guys, if you get an opportunity, go back and watch the film. Go back and watch the film and watch how many times we touched the paint and we tried to thread the needle to Domas. We tried to score it. They had 6 blocks in the first half. We were trying to shoot over AD. And when you go back and watch the film, you watch, when you touch that paint, this guy's wide open on the perimeter, he got sprayed. We had four sprays in the second half. 4. And we get around 20, 21 or something like that a game. We had 4 sprays. Not we made 4, we made 2. But we only touched the paint and sprayed it 4 times. the whole half, the whole second half. So if the ball's going to stick and not move, you're going to score 100 points, especially when you have 12 turnovers for 17 points in the second half.
Coach, a second straight game, and there's been a couple earlier as well where they're not executing the keys, as you're pointing out, or like the possession game that you emphasize a lot. As a coach, what do you do in those scenarios?
I'm going to keep drilling it. I'm going to keep showing the film, and I'm going to keep demanding that they do it. That's what my job is. And sooner or later, I got to find somebody who can do it, do it consistently. So I got to keep searching.
Mike, for